At this stage, it's more than just a pool play. It's more about strategizing every win, building the clearest path possible towards the championship. The jitters are long gone, and now teams know exactly what's on the line. Every throw, every cut, every block today shapes their hopes for gold. Day 3 is where contenders reveal themselves and where strategies sharpen, rivalries tighten, and the fight for the top begin in earnest. This is not just another day of Ultimate. This is the moment where the journey to gold takes form. Live from Kamisu City, this is the Asia Oceanic Championship. And my name is John DeSantos, and joined with me is Avril Tam as we are witnessing another mixed divisions pool play between Philippines and Guam.
And this is the pointy end of the tournament, John. I'm loving to see when really the winners and the losers kind of start to separate in the pools. In the mixed division draw, we have a very clean 4 pools. If you finish top 2, you progress. If you're third or below, you're out. So it's a very clear distinction here. Philippines at the moment are on 3-0 wins. So they are definitely pushing for a chance to finish in the top of their pool. And I think, you know, this a good win against Guam will go a long way there.
And as you see here, quick hawk by Guam. Takes no time for Philippines to set up shop for defensive play. But looks like unsuccessful hawk, and Philippines will take a chance for a break. And as you mentioned here, it's every step of the way here, at least for Philippines, is a step towards that path. This team has been gearing up towards, actually for the Southeast Asia Games, this is the team that they're going to send out. But speaking with most of the teams here, they're really just focused one thing here, which is gold for AOC. As we begin, stop here. Swing down the middle. Forehand is complete, but looks like a pick is going to be called, and it's going to move back.
Must have been a pick. Completely open on the open under. But yeah, unfortunate for Guam. They've unfortunately had a fair few injuries already early in this tournament, so playing with a pretty small roster.
Indeed. And just like that, an unusual error as Hortelano unable to reel that in, and Guam has got a chance.
Weather conditions quite wet at the moment. The rain is moderately heavy, I'd say. A slight little wind right to left.
Oh, and a spicy hammer at that. 2 people. It looks like a layout won't be complete, but effort, full extension right there for Guam.
Not for lack of trying. That was an ambitious shot to the fat side of the field. You see on the vision there, they tried to go all the way up the top and across. Very difficult conditions, I think. It's slippery, it's wet, the rain's in your eyes and in your face. Look, I love the fact that Guam are giving a red-hot crack, but Philippines now with their way to work up.
Yes, and just like that, in those 2 plays, they had opportunities. One was a cross-field hawk, and this one a hammer. So they're definitely not afraid of throwing those very spicy throws. And here's Liboon. Sends it to Hortelano. Great in-cut here. Leaping catch complete for Philippines. Gets it back. Guam doing a good job. Oh, and another error.
Very short field now to work with.
And here's Guam. Quick. And then just an unfortunate error again with Guam. 2 quick errors for both nations early at this point. And here's quick 1-2 between the Philippines. Swing it down the middle. Here's Army. Army fakes that, gives it back to Mariano.
Very, very crowded stack-up field. You see so many bodies in the way.
An amazing layout. D there from Guam, shutting down that beautiful hawk. And another hammer on the other side. Will it be good enough? Just too strong.
They're loving that cross-field long look, aren't they, John? Look. They had 2 players in the space. There was no defender in sight. So I like the fact that they are attacking those back corner spaces. It's just an execution in slippery conditions, making it very difficult.
And here, guys, you see he had that target all set along. As you see him pointing towards, probably just a little too powerful than he would wanted.
I think Guam will be pretty pleased with the way they've started. In terms of they're able to get the turns with a very short field to work with. Now it's about trying to convert those opportunities, because I don't think they're going to get too many against this Philippines team.
Agree 100%. That's like taking the chances. It's like, oh, and as we see there, great break pass towards their player. And there's a quick movement in another defense here. It looks like weather conditions is becoming a major factor for both teams.
Yeah, Yeah, just trying to move a bit too quickly, trying to rush the throw, I think, before the defense gets set. And again, turnovers galore to start off this game, 9 already in total.
Let's see how Philippines cleans this up. Here's Hortelano. Quick forward pass to his teammate. Gets it back here. Upline cut, but looks like someone's being poached there and gives an opportunity for a quick 1-2. The middle. Oh, great grab from the sky. And it looks like another pass going to be too high, but able to reel it in. Amazing read there. Just right to the edge of the end zone. And he gets it to go for the first point of Philippines.
First point and a break to boot. The Philippines looking very smooth. We know there have been a couple of bobbles through the hands, but ultimately their class does shine through. Just a really structured and well-drilled and well-trained team, John.
Definitely not as clean as they hoped for as well. As I was speaking with Coach Felix as we get back to this replay, amazing grab there by Hortelano. And also equally as well, I believe by that is Rebusa.
I think it's a interesting contrast of teams, John. I mean, clearly, like you say, the Philippines team working towards the SEA Games have invested a lot into this mixed program. And, a lot of the players here are very athletic, very speedy, have huge vertical leaps as well as we saw there an example. So it's certainly like a quicker and very athletic team versus Guam who, they probably have the experience on their side. There's been players who've been playing for, 10, 20 plus years. And so you can see a lot of those blocks were kind of like poach blocks or awareness and in that space. So two absolutely contrasting styles.
Exactly to your point. And I think both teams have definitely prepared as much as a year-round, at least for Guam, being able, most of these players have been playing with each other for a year. Cheeky scuba there from Guam. As you can see, an early look at Philippines zone defense here.
Ooh, and the zone defense effective immediately. They get the quick turn and go.
And here we go as the off the races, Rodil to Max. And this is Nonoy. Sacapaño gives it back to Rodil. This being these two players, and Sacapaño quickly passes it to Abing for the score.
So Philippines very quickly up to 2-love. They are certainly showing that they've got better control of the disc in the wet, keeping the shots nice and low, plenty of wrist flick to make sure the rotation and the disc holds its line. Whereas you saw Guam, several overhead shots and long shots, just giving, a little bit of opportunity with the disc not quite as precise.
And that mistake there, it actually was Lurziaga with the score, one of the younger generation players from the Philippines. Pass from Nonoy, and a couple of players to look outdoor. As I was speaking with Coach Felix, and going back to Coach Felix, right? One of their asking even Coach Felix as well as Sumbi or Max Whiskey Boy, what are some things that they're looking to improve throughout these games? And look, it's more of like execution is what I got from them, really, right? About how to make it the executions of cleaner plays and cleaner holds. And I'm sure this is not the way that we'd like to start in this game so far.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. The weather forecast, potentially some typhoons as well. So it might be a day where you just have to try and get up ahead early because you don't know what might happen later on.
Exactly, and the pull is off. Guam will have another chance to get the score. Oh, and just bounces off his fingers right there, Avril.
Oh, that's a bit of a risky shot. Loses a couple of meters, but there's no mark at all. So Guam having to find their matchups.
Here we go. Upline is just all by himself. Quick pass there.
Pick called.
A pick call.
Everyone's standing still.
And this will be retained with Pau Mariano, one of the best players from the Boracay Islands, one of the exciting players with a vertical leap. And here we go, Mariano. Gives it back to Agnes. Oh, pass was a little low than he intended, but able to reel it in. Swings it back. Some options. She's all alone there. Forehand. Thought about it. Lateral cut. No, but the pass to Army Saludes. Another turnover at that. Oh, here, a quick hawk. Lasers towards the end zone, but just too fast for his teammate. Again, another courageous bid there from Guam.
Yeah, look, I guess they're trying to get field position as well with those long options. So in terms of defense, they don't have to, play as long. But yeah, I think the pace of the Philippines movement at the moment, Guam just aren't able to keep up.
And probably with the short line that Guam is playing as well, I think they just want to get quicker point conversion. As you see, Philippines will get the score, or it looks like
ground strip.
Ground strip there, unfortunate. And again, Guam, another chance.
So not the cleanest, like you say, by the Philippines D-line. They are giving Guam chances, but there we go, a run through D.
It looks like conversation about that. Looks like a strip is being called. And it will be accepted here. Retained by Guam. Here they go. Forehand pass. Oh, amazing layout D! Full extension.
That was a Superman straight into the disc.
The Philippines, right at the end zone. Oh, almost a bobbled fingers turnover, but able to retain it. Forehand pass is finally complete. Mariano with the score, giving Philippines a 3-0 lead.
Sad Mariano, one of the top players from the Boracais. Very excited to represent Philippines here at the Asia Oceanic Ultimate Championships. And as you said, this is one of their key preparation tournaments before going to the SEA Games. That will be in December, John.
That is correct. And as we look here, that full extension by Mariano. Able to deny Guam. And able to quickly... Actually, it's a bookends at that.
That was some serious air. He got literally completely horizontal. I don't know if you could get any more horizontal. Then here you go, bust his gut. A nice high shot. You can see the definition in the leg muscles and the calves. Just the bounciness and the lightness on the feet. Incredible.
Indeed. And just looking at the preparation, speaking with the players, they had a couple of just 6 boot camps or 4 boot camps leading up to this training. And that's not a lot of training time for all of these players, as most of these are playing with different clubs. So just amazing how they're able to generate this type of offense and chemistry early in this game so far, despite the turnovers.
Yeah, and talking to some of the Philippine players pre-game, they said that the second boot camp, that was when they could feel that chemistry click. So I think that's a really, really great reflection of how quickly they've been able to build that chemistry.
Here, and just like that, pass is just going to be too high, being caused by that zone defense again from Philippines. And here we go, down the middle, swings. Gets it back here. Thought about the backhand, but was denied. Great marking from Guam. And the backhand loopy pass is complete. Philippines up big now as Cortez reels it in.
And that was Philippines' second clean break of the game. So they went a clean break to go up 2-0 and another one to go up 4-0. The others a couple of multi-turnover points. So, if the coaching staff are asking for some cleaner offense, they are showing it sometimes, but just not consistently yet. Let's hope they can continue moving forward in this game, though.
And I'm sure it's something that they're going to talk about between the coaches of Philippines, Miguel Ramos, Kenneth de Guzman, as well as Felix, is something that they will need to talk about in this game.
Yeah, and coming into this match, Philippines have gone, as we said, 3-0 in terms of 3 wins. They had some good wins against Alliance from Singapore, 15-7, then 15-6 against Sambo Rice of Chinese Taipei. The most challenging game so far was against Iku, one of the Japanese mixed clubs, and that was a 15-12 score. So that was the biggest challenge so far.
Definitely. Look, taking it, just hearing from their huddle, take it one game at a time now. So all eyes here against their Guam opponents.
Yeah, Guam on the flip side has come into this game with a 11-3, as we said, really marred by injuries. One of their, top female matching players was not available. I think they might have done a knee injury, Meg Van Horn. So, one of their more experienced, reliable female matching players not available has made it's left a bit of a gap, really, for Guam.
Indeed, at that. It's just looking at the line, it's just really a tight line for Guam. And I think those are the reasons why they really want to be quicker with their offensive points. As you see those courageous hooks and hammers so far, we'll see if it's going to be the same A quick move and someone streaking deep for Guam. Thought about it, but waved off.
So it looked initially like a bit of a zone, but now it's more of a poachy match. So Philippines happy to sit back, allow Guam to get those undershots, knowing that they want to prevent those deep
And here it goes, another laser focus forehand. It's going to be too fast and too strong.
So although Philippines looked like they were trying to stop the deep, Guam still threw it anyway. There were a fair few bodies and a fair bit of traffic in there. So, you know, Guam saying, you know what, we're still going to try and do what we want to do.
Exactly. It's just sticking to their plan early in this first half. Being really extra courageous with their shot. And let's see how Philippines respond. With patience here. Here's Chua. Chua, trap on that sideline, but opts to sing it on that same side. Oh, it looks like...
ankle, maybe.
Ankle, probably... he twisted his ankle as he was catching it. Looks like, hopefully nothing too serious.
I mean, that was some pretty tight match defense there. Right on the shoulder and hip. Maybe aggravated a pre-existing issue.
And it's good to see Mariano able to play, as he, in his recent tournament in Dubai, he actually injured his shoulder. That put him offline for a couple of months. Just happy to see him here. But again, let's watch out how that ankle injury will play out. As here, Mariano.
Lovely.
Gives it to Agnes. Shot. And here, Agnes sends a forehand hawk towards near the end zone. Hortilano, all by himself, looking for options, as he quickly dumps it to his teammate for the score. Rebusa, second score in this game, gives Philippines their 5th point. So here we go with the Philippines running away early at this game. So interesting to see how Guam will operate as we look at that replay. Amazing forehand hawk by Agnes Hortelano. And interesting to see. Again, we'll see Guam again with their offense. See if we can still apply that same quick points, or quick movement, or quick hawks rather, from Guam. Or are they going to be more patient and say, look, I mean, we can definitely throw those amazing hawks, but is it time for us to let's try to settle in, try to get some shorter small ball games, try to get at least some momentum?
Yeah, I think it's always hard because you got short lines, you got injuries as well. You kind of want to keep the points as short as possible. The problem is, like, once you put the long ones and they don't come off, it means that you've got to play defense, and the points potentially will be longer. I think, look, we're really pleased to see Guam on the stream. I think, you know, they're a team that aren't, you know, often featured, certainly don't have as much international experience, and that's...
It's going to be a huge block there near the end zone. Just too high for Mitzi to even make a play.
As we said, the athleticism of these players from the Philippines, they get up so high.
Quick swing down the middle. Off to Martinez. Martinez gives it to Ramos. Ramos finally gives it to Butil for the score. And that was actually Lamigo with the pass.
And there we have it. That is clean break number 3 in a row. So the players absolutely answering the coach's direction in terms of having some cleaner offense. Really nice control here by Butil. Absolute pleasure here to see him play. We know part of the club teams of Sunken Pleasure and the Boondocks, has been playing for 8 years. And highlight, be part of the national team, playing with other talented players in the country. So absolutely a joy to watch the Philippines on the stream today.
Definitely, for sure. And he's been one of the hard-working players. Was also part of the long-standing Sunken Pleasure team that just recently competed at the Nationals this year. So happy to see him and also the other players represent for Philippines.
As we were talking about Guam earlier, you know, rare opportunity to be on the live stream, so we're so excited to give them this opportunity. As we know, you know, the population obviously much smaller than the Philippines, but the Guam team, they do attend a lot of the different tournaments in this region. We know they're regulars at the Manila Spirits, and at some of the bigger tournaments, they actually combine with Saipan, who do have a team there as well, and a few players from Saipan also joining this Guam team to make up the roster.
It's good to see, as you mentioned, it's an opportunity for us to really tell their story and tell them how a small nation, despite being a small nation, able to field consistent teams in international tournaments. So really good to see them as we see Guam take another crack here.
Yeah, and certainly it's about the spirit, right? It's the spirit of the game. It's about getting people together, having a good time, playing well. I mean,
oh, and again, a quick shot again. Who's going to win it? And it looks like it's going to be a first score for Guam.
What a way to get a clean hold. Guam, finally their hacking game paying off. That is a fantastic goal scored by Tyrone Su, who is a player who has met them at some of the hat tournaments. That was how she actually came to be part of this Guam team, based in China usually, but went to Guam, played a hat, made some contacts with obviously very spirited players and went, hey, let's play a tournament together. So I love the fact. What a welcome to the Guam team, Tyrone Su.
Indeed, and it looks like that would be X amount of charm before being able to get finally a successful hawk, and happy to see Guam able to execute that finally. See if that's going to give them some momentum as this game progresses.
It's a really nice way to kind of spark your team alive as well. Always good to get the first one on the board in these somewhat miserable conditions. And now, you know, you get a chance as well to play D and do something a little bit different as well. I'm sure the Guam Bats, you know, this is kind of their pseudo team name. The Guam Bats looking to fly high on D.
Indeed, fly high indeed. And this will be their first time, to your point, to see your D-line, to see what kind of adjustments they can do to slow down this steady and fast-paced Philippines team.
So nice rolling pull, does get it beyond halfway. As we said, pretty tough conditions, and that was a bit of an upwind direction. You can see the flags, wind blowing right to left.
And looks like it's going to be a match person defense be shown by Guam. And that's Peralta. Gives it back to Binoy. And, oh, great grab there to keep that disc alive. Quickly to the other side. Philippine goes. Oh, and a backhand hawk. Floating a little too high, but able to thread it in. And that was Kiboy with the score, giving Philippines a 7-point.
Yeah, nice, clean hold. So first time we've seen the Philippines O-line on, and they have absolutely delivered. Lovely, clean shot. Guam opting for a match defense. I did see them try and do some switching. I think, unfortunately, that communication just broke down when it got to the end zone. Left two players out the back unguarded.
Just going to say, as you look at that replay from that amazing throw from Lamigo.
You know what? Very brave, right? I saw there was, I think one of the first throws was a beautiful around backhand break. And then this, I mean, I know the mark was catching up and things, but that's also an around backhand break. So the player's not only fast, but able to show some really nice disc skills too.
And they're definitely not afraid to showcase their skill there for sure. I think that's something to take notice from Philippines, as they really want to practice those type of throws so that given the situation, if they're being forced to that throw, they know that they can execute it well. So great showing there from Philippines. As you can see here, Miguel Ramos, also part of the national team in past experience, is now part of the coaching staff here. So lovely to see a former player. And here Saludis will initiate the pull for the Philippines D-line, as they will see if they can finish this out on the first half. And here's Guam. It looks like going back to the zone defense, there's some. Looks like it's one of their strategies right now to try to further develop. And a quick backhand hook again. Two players with Guam, one from Philippines. And it gets it to go. 24 reels it in.
Beautiful score by Ana Maria Vaccaro, or AM as she's known. She's only been playing for 18 months or thereabouts, so just a very new player on the scene, but showing she's definitely got the legs here and the read. So a very nice goal for AM Vaccaro.
See, look at that replay again. Amazing hook.
Feel like it's been just backhand hook after backhand hook from Guam. Surely the Philippines are going to be a bit more clued in and trying to protect that deep space. But as you said, Tyrone Su also with the legs in that end zone. That 2-on-1 is always going to be very difficult to beat. And Guam doing very well. Their scores have both been clean holds so far.
So far, indeed. It looks like that last play has given them that confidence really to say, look, let's just keep on shooting for their stars and see how many they can catch.
Yeah, Dan Wilson with the big arm there and the big backhand. I think we've seen him put 3 or 4 up. This one actually connecting well. So I think he'd be trying to look for a few more of those options.
And see, interesting how Guam, are they going to still stick to that match defense? Or see, pretty sure they might stick with it here given with their lineup. But interesting to see what's their adjustments.
Yeah, like the previous match, there was a lot of switching, a little bit of poaching. So whether they try to use that tactic to save the legs a little bit, wouldn't be surprised. But it's a floating pool, just lands inbound, perfectly placed, masterfully placed.
By design at that, it looks like the puddle of water has helped that to stay that this there. And look, as this will be Binoy, one of the steady handlers in this tournament for Philippines. Quick movements. This is Irish.
There's a lot of people and a lot of bodies. I think the stack really needs to adjust a little bit faster when the disc is moved.
Patience play from Philippines, but as I said that a forehand hook is going to be lasered to the end zone for the score. Butel again with his second point in this game.
And that very quickly brings us to half, John. The last 4 points have been all clean holds in a row after every single point before had at least one turnover. So, you know, the team's now adjusting to the conditions, tidying up their connections and their throws, and hopefully we see a nice competitive game going forward. But Philippines showing their class, showing their speed and athleticism. You know, we can see that they've just got the steps and the pace to outrun the Guam players. Guam, though, making sure that they stay in touch to have some really nice long game. Let's see if they can punish Philippines a little more with that route.
And with that, that will bring us into half now. As you can see here, Philippines huddling in to see what they will do for the second half. And we'll be back after this short break live from Kamisu City. This is the Asia Oceanic Championships. And we're back here live from Kamisu as we are at the second half between mixed division pool play, Philippines and Guam. And Guam will start on D at this second half.
Yeah, as we said, Philippines looking to try and top this pool in the mixed division to get a favourable quarterfinal draw. Guam here playing for pride and playing for their team, the Guam Bats, in fact, trying to bat away as we see the Pikachu hat on display here.
Indeed, in a short forehand, quick hawk here is going to send it for Philippines' 9th score, and that's Martinez reeling it in for the Philippines.
And we start the second half the way we finished the first. Like we said, despite the rainy conditions, we ended the first half with 4 clean holds, and this is clean hold number 5. So very impressive by both teams. When they have moved with offense, the flow has been exquisite. As we see here, only stall count of 2 really max before the pass is thrown. So fantastic continuation and timing on those flow cuts, and both teams looking for some efficient offense.
And a great showing there as all of those passes are coming from the women teammates. So amazing, excellent show of skill for the Philippines women players there. And zoning here as you look, some of the key players. One player to look out there is Sacapano with the headband. Speaking with the lineup of coaches, he's been performing extremely well for the defense line. So we'll see how he performs at this point. Looking for some. Talking about strategy, won't be surprised if they're going to go back to a zone here. It looks like it's been what they've intended to do.
Yeah, potentially, like you said, making some adjustments to fine-tune some of their zone D before going into the bracket. It's always, like you say, tricky when you've got players spread out from different cities and countries. What a beautiful low grab there by Guam.
Beautiful low grab. Oh, and just like that, the pass is just too far behind.
Found the hole in between the cup, but going backwards loses meters, so disappointing outcome.
Here we go. Kiboy sends it to Villanueva. Villanueva was being shut down. Amazing poach defense from Guam there to stop that momentum.
Oh, way to force the backwards pass. Mirror image of the turnover before.
Exactly. And here's Guam at the middle of the field, looking downfield. Quickly, forehand hawk is going to be complete for number 11. Dan Wilson with the score.
Dan Wilson, this time on the receiving end of a goal after throwing some massive backhand hucks. It was so interesting. Once that turnover happened, you could see the players gunning for that deep shot. And you see a quick pickup here. That is by, I think, that is by Alfredo. And their lovely spike as well. So there were players who were still kind of trying to work their way up to in front of the disc, but they went, you know what, the defense haven't set, let's just go put it deep, and that's really the way that Guam's been scoring.
And that was actually Thomas Watts with that beautiful hawk as he quickly picked it up and already saw Dan Wilson. Dan Wilson said, I can also go a hawk. I can also go for a long cut as well to help out the team. That's already the 3rd point for Guam. So excellent showing in the second half.
So after we were just praising all the clean holds, there goes a dirty hold.
Indeed. Let's see. But again, just really amazed with Guam. Just be consistent being in these international tournaments. Definitely hopeful to see them in Manila, or in Clark rather, for the Manila Spirits tournament.
I wonder if we'll see an appearance of the Guam zone. I think it'd be nice to just mix up the defense to see if they can slow the Philippines down.
Correct, as the ball will be just way above.
Opting for a match. Players very far away on offense.
Opting for a force in perhaps, and just like that. Oh, amazing sky grab there for Philippines, right at the edge of their end zone. Here's Binoy Dacumos looking Thought about a forehand. Quick, and he able to get it back. Really patient with his decision, really. Opts to swing it down the middle for Awid. Great grab here for Chua, and Chua sends it to Lamigo for the score.
That was really well done by the Philippines. I think Guam did quite well for the end zone defense on the match. You could see the players who are marking the handlers dropping off, sagging off, containing. So forcing the Philippines to go side to side and slow down. So I think they have achieved that objective with the match rather than a zone look. And you can see the kind of very wide mark of these mal-matching players. In the end, this was a slightly risky throw, but Philippines skilled enough there to get it to the break side, and the break side continue. Always going to be a great shot to Lamigo in the end zone. Lamigo already with 2 assists and a goal to her name, leading the stat board for the Philippines.
Indeed, and that was actually Bea Martinez with the pass to Lamigo. So amazing showing from all of the women teammates. As you can see here, Felix Angge, coach for the mixed division Philippines team, sending instructions. He will also be the coach for the national team in this upcoming Southeast Asia Games happening this December. Definitely happy to see the level of people watching. We do hope you're enjoying the action here. If you're just joining in, 268 strong viewers in the YouTube channel. So just continue to stay tuned for the upcoming games as we get back in the action here. Guam. Thought about it for a sec. Looks like, again, that zone defense, a little bit of a... I think it's just a little too loose, I guess,
Yeah.
you see here, Avril. And here's again a backhand hook again. 2 players from both teams. It will be Philippines denying that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a zone or maybe they just hold a zone look for the first 2 passes or if it's just a very poachy match.
Here's Mariano. Gets it from Agnes. Agnes will get it back here. Thought about it. Forehand hawk, laser focused. It will be landing. A little cheeky bunny hop there to try to reel it in. It will just need one more pass then.
Store counts rising.
Rising, and it'll be just swung to Saludes. And Saludes will send it for the score. And this is Abing from the Philippines, giving them their 11th point.
Philippines, this time with a long game of their own. That was a really nice weighted huck. Plenty of separation in the deep space. You know, I have seen that Philippines seem to be, I guess, their stack is quite congested. It's quite close together and it seems like there's not a lot of room to move. But, I mean, that does mean the back or the deep people, there's plenty of space there preserved for those deep cuts. So the Philippines absolutely attacking those deep spaces and showing that they have the long game in addition to the small ball.
Great patience there, even though the stall count was rising, to be able to look for his teammates. Hortilano does.
Yeah, and Abing there with the pancake catch. She is out from the Pancake Ultimate Club there, who you know, she's been only playing for 4 years, so I think that's a really nice composure there for someone who's very early stages already making the national team.
Indeed, one of the also upcoming players. Good to see her as well. He in this representing for Philippines in this mixed division pool, and see that
out of bounds.
Will go out of bounds, so it will start the brick mark.
So interestingly, we've seen Guam successful. All of their goals have been right to left of screen. This time I do wonder from a static start if they can set up a long cut and go for a long huck.
And see how Philippines respond. It looks like...
So flat mark trying to deter the long
oh,
option.
And again, someone's going to streak deep again or huck, but looks like no one there for Guam.
Yeah, look, Philippines obviously very wise to it. A very flat mark trying to make that huck much harder, and you can see it landed well short of the intended space.
And here we go with Philippines trying to widen the gap. Oh, a loopy pass to the middle for Philippines. Forehand to the open side. Someone streaking deep, but tends for a short pass. Philippine does. Oh, great side-to-side movement. Very good movement from swinging from the other side to the middle. Philippine does. A leaping catch. She secured that disc. Oh, and here is a blady forehand hawk. All to Angelique Cortez for her score.
That was an exquisite throw. I mean, you know, that kind of perfectly angled blade, so it dropped inbounds before it met the line. The, you know, receiver, Angelique Cortez, didn't even have to break stride at all. My goodness. Check this out. So you can see him fake to move the mark across. Completely open throw. Just sticks around the defender. Incredible poise.
And that was Kenjun Villanueva, known to throw those bladey passes. Pinpoint at that tight spot on the top end of that end zone there, Avril.
Absolutely beautiful throw. But also well done to Cortez for attacking that space. I think, you know, you also need to have that chemistry between your teammates to know that the thrower can actually throw there.
Great point there. Indeed, right? It's something that they probably have already expected, have already practiced. So it's good that it's seeing that chemistry progressing for Philippines.
So after both teams have held for the first few points of this half, Philippines have now stamped the authority and gotten 2 break points in a row. So their D-line definitely humming along well, trying to finish this game off.
Here's Army Saludes. We'll start the pull for the Philippines. You can see the cheers from the sideline. Pilipinas for the Philippines team, trying to hype up their D-line. This will be Thomas Watts start the play for Guam.
They're taking their time to walk up at the moment. Maybe just waiting and giving time to set up the long game.
Indeed, and someone is streaking deep, but looks like it's going to be blocked.
Goes through about 5 bodies.
I counted 6, but probably someone was just hiding behind there. But Mariano quickly with the disc. Agnes thought about that backhand. Holsters it in, but opts it to go to that same side to Saludes.
Again, a beautiful around break, and they get this beautiful... Oh, just as I say that, what an intercept by Guam.
Great read from the defensive player of Guam, and quickly backhand hook again. Oh, great leaping layout attempt.
Josh, Guam are not going to die wondering, are they? What an intercept block. That was just a great read, step through, catch block, get the game going, and then throw the big huck.
Indeed, and able to try to at least have a layout attempt to keep that disc alive.
Very impressive by Guam. I would not have, you know, called that they would get an outright intercept block.
And here he goes, Saludes. Oh, and a great block again from Guam. Able to get it back. Let's see if they can get this score. Watts gets it back.
Long option.
Oh, and again, I think felt the disc was just slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, slippery disc, 100%.
Oh, Agnes gives a backhand hook of his own. It will between Mariano.
Watts with a tall
and a great presence of mind of just reading the disc, and Philippines reels it in. Rebusa with a 3rd score.
Goodness me, Watts was in everything, lighting up the pitch. He was close to another D. That would have been Guam's 3rd outright D in the point, but unfortunately just tips it to the advantage of Mariano there, and then scores the easy assist. But what a way to turn on Guam, the Guam defense, and we see that one, just that slippery just falls out of the hands too quickly. And I like that Philippines are really picking up and getting things going. Oh, look at this huge huck, plenty of float. Have to say Watts with the height advantage, but Mariano just reading that a little better, and like you say, staying present, eyes glued on the disc, and way to work up there by Rebusa with the score.
I was actually expecting Mariano to showcase his vertical prowess, but great presence of mind to just settle in and just quickly read the disc where it's going to land right on his hands, actually.
Yeah, I think he actually anticipated that quite well. He almost pushed Watts a little, not physically, but, you know, made Watts, positioned himself so that Watts kind of went a little bit too under. And even though he was tall, not tall enough to catch that outright D.
And here's Guam quickly. Someone is streaking deep again. Thought about it for a second, but opts for a short pass upline. Oh, Guam handler all by
themselves.
exact.
Points.
And the stall count is rising. Opposite for a last-minute backhand hawk. Oh, amazing leaping ability to block that disc.
You were asking for some vertical prowess, John. Here we have it delivered.
And that was Sacapaño. As you look at that replay to see that amazing read against a taller player.
I think that was a good option by Jeff Zhao. I mean, the stall count was rising. He had to get position, and there was actually space. Like, there was a chance that Guam were going to come down with it. But like you said, the vertical capabilities there just too good. Oh, and a fantastic run through D. That is Travis Gowan with the block for Guam.
And here we go, Guam gives it to Justin. Oh, there's got Travis going to be called. Going to be 2 steps back to reset the play for Guam. But amazing block from Guam there. They have a short field to work to be able to try to get their 4th point. Here's Justin. Oh, it looks like a pick is going to be called as the Philippine players all stop.
Yeah, so slightly different line here for, or maybe positions, I guess, for John. You see Zhao, Geppinger, Gowan on the line. So maybe just switching things up, resting some legs, but that's an unfortunate turnover.
Fortunate turnover as well. As you said, here's Guerrero. Gives it back. Quick movements. Cortez, one-hand catch, able to get it. And heads a backhand right into the end zone for Sumbi for the score.
And Philippines just too good in the end. I think Guam, they were pretty gassed there. They had worked quite hard upfield and just didn't have the legs to get back on defense. Could rifle that one as an option for any receiver, really.
Oh, great extension for the one-hand grab from Cortez and being able to send that to 2 of his teammates, but Sumbi elects to get that pass. Couple of players of the Philippines ecstatic with their performance right now in this game as they're close to 1 point away from calling it a day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the focus in terms of trying to get some clean points on the board has really worked in their favour, particularly in the middle part of this game where there were several clean holds. It was also been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clean breaks as well. So the D-line looking pristine when they get the disc.
Indeed, and it's something that they can really look forward to as they prepare for their next game. And look, I definitely understand that they were just looking forward to this game against Guam, but asking from their perspectives, from all of the coaches, what was the game that they're looking forward to? I think it's the later game they will have against their co-leading team in pool against Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, that will definitely be the game to watch. As we said, if they top the pool, that means they theoretically might have a different or maybe easier quarterfinal matchup. We'll obviously have to see what happens in the other pools of this mixed division.
Amazing quick 1-2 between the Guam players. Oh, and a round pass. Will it be enough? And able in a hammer throw there. It's complete. Amazing throw.
What a way to power up. Pika Pikachu.
Power up indeed. But before that pass even, having the presence of mind to tiptoe in that tight space, Avril.
That was incredible footwork to keep the disc in play and then moving it up as we see here on the replay. So nice upfield here, this one. Oh, what fantastic control by Dan Wilson. Immediate looks, throws the hammer to Robbie Glass there. Look at how excited he is there. All smiles with the Pikachu hat, powering up, weathering this thunderstorm. Guam having a fantastic time here at the Asia Oceanic Ultimate Championships.
For a second there, I thought he was going to evolve to Raichu with amazing catch there. But we'll see if that's going to happen in that point. But amazing throw from Wilson.
That was just like, he just was a trust throw. He went catch, boom. Gosh, Guam really lighting it up. You know, the score isn't the most flattering, but certainly the plays have been really exciting.
And there's one thing I can talk about Guam. It's guns blazing for them, right? They're going to go out of a bang with those amazing throws. I mean, that's the thing I can describe in this point for them. for Guam, they're just really shooting the stars for all of their hawks, whether it be a hammer or a quick ripping through hawk.
Yeah, like we said, never going to die one ring. You're like, I'm just going to throw it. If it lands, great. If it doesn't, oh, well, no worries. So, yeah, the fact that they're still having a really great time on this stream, loving watching them play.
And here, Philippines will see if they can cap this off, and the backhand is going to be too strong.
Ooh, so Philippines, little jitters here, trying to close out the game, John. So Guam with an opportunity, a rare break opportunity, as we see here, just squeezing out that sideline, that foreside, trying to squeeze it into that narrow space. Very, very difficult to place it well.
Oh, here we go, Guam, quick pass to the middle for them. Gives it.
Surely Watts is going to put it.
I was thinking the same thing, but obviously, and he gets it back, looking downfield now. No options so far, but Watts opts it to give it to the middle, to his teammates. Oh, and he was signaling it to send it there. And great grab, Watts does.
What a snatch there with a lot of heat there by the Philippines defender.
Oh, an amazing layout bid, unsuccessful, but here, Hawk here is going to be no good.
Ooh, jeez. I think that's the first time we haven't seen Guam huck it within the first 3 passes.
Exactly, at that. And here is Dacumos. To Hortelano, swings it to the other side.
Completely unmarked for now. Philippines are going to work it up quickly.
Here's Dacumos. Backhand, forehand is going to be too strong again.
Ooh, so like I said, a little bit nervy from the Philippines. After looking so clean for the majority of this game, I'm a little surprised that we've seen them have 2 throwaways.
Exactly at that. On the other side, for that matter, as we look at the replay. As Dacumos, a little too high and strong for Martinez there.
Okay, so Guam now. Watts is in the backfield, so we'll be looking again for a huck. Though I have to say, admire his control in regards to keeping the disc in hand. But that matchup's pretty fun to watch as well, isn't it, John?
Indeed. And having the full confidence really to throw that amazing huck. And here is slowly walking it down, looking at downfield now. Just looking, no one's going downfield so far, so it looks like going to be as he's asking for his players to cut in. But the stalkout is rising, but cheeky pass there to get over the opponents.
Fantastic one-handed grab there to keep the disc alive.
And here it goes. Watts, oh, and again, just slips through his fingers again. Looks like...
It's the same shape as that previous one, isn't it? Just that grip on the disc, not firm enough to keep it tight all the way through the throw.
And amazing because he had power position at that. So just really unfortunate and able to execute that pass perfectly.
So Philippines, can they try to work through these
and
jitters?
Here it goes. Ambida forehand is going to be floating correctly to Pau Pau Peralta for the score. And that is it for Philippines.
So Philippines eventually, despite a couple of errors and missed throws, they do put away Guam 15-4. And like I said, that will definitely keep them in the mix to top their pool. Later, looking forward to the match against Chinese Taipei. But as you said, it's been really electric watching Guam play. So great to see them have a really fun and spirited time on this stream. And glad to see them represented at this Asia-Oceanic Ultimate Championships.
Indeed, and great spirits and great smiles in between these two nations. Just excellent to be able to see these teams showcase their throws, layouts, and skies for everyone to see in this stream. And we'll be back after a short break. But thank you so much for joining us here live from Kamisu City. This is the Asia-Oceanic Ultimate Championships. See you in a bit.